Now, this is for RMDR. So now let's look at how to remove non-empty directories. Okay, so for that one, you will use rm or rm-fr. Okay, this one, there are other options as well, but I prefer to use the -fr, but you can use other approaches. But let's just stick to these ones. Okay, so let's move back to the terminal and then proceed. Okay, now before you do that, if you want to look at the help command, how to use it, you can just say rm-help. That will show you the available options you have. And so what I specified was -fr, so there's -f indicating false. We have the meaning here, and then we also have r, that's recursive. Remove contents of a directory recursively. That means remove everything in that directory as well as the directory itself. If you want to remove just the content and new directory, there are other ways to do it, but these are things we will talk about later on. But for now, we are going to remove the directory as well as all the contents. Okay, that's what we are going to do in this tutorial. Again, let's use clear. Let's just do an ls to see what we have, and then we can proceed. So now let's do this. For the rm command, let me just reverse it again. The rm command is not just for directories. You can also use it for your individual files. Okay, so if it's individual files, the rm is fine. But if it's directory, then we add this one too. So I think I had to bring this to your attention so that you know that the rm command, this approach is useful if it's just a single file. All right, but if the file or files are in a directory and you want to remove those files as well as those directories, then you have to add the -fr. I can also use the r. All right, so let's get back to the terminal and then proceed. Okay, so we will start with the rm itself. So rm is used to remove files. And so if I want to remove this one here, files.zip, I can say rm files.zip. It's gone. If I do an ls, it's gone. All right. You can also remove more than one file. So I have this and this. I can even say rm gens count info.txt. Let's see. All right. So if I do an ls, both are gone. Okay. So you can also use that to remove it. Now there's something else you need to know. This one is also permanent. All right. But then you can add an additional layer. Okay. Just to confirm. So if let's say you want to just make sure you want to be asked a second time just to confirm the deletion of the files, then you can say rm-i, and we can say my file.zip. You can say my file.zip, and then you'll be asked this question here. Okay, so remove regular file, and you'll be given the name. All right, so if you do it this way, then that's what you have to do. So what you have to do is to just type y. So when you type y, that is yes. And now you can remove it. Okay, so here, if you have this prompt, you just want to just go back, make sure it's the right file you are removing or deleting. And you can just type y and then hit the enter. So once that is done, if you do an ls, you will see that the file is gone. That is for rm. Now, if it's a directory and you want to remove the contents in that directory, okay, I'll just try with this. Let's look at VCF. If you ls into VCF, you see this. If let's say we had maybe multiple files in this one, you just want to remove just one of the files, then it's still the same rm VCF and you specify it like this. So that means in this directory, you are removing just this content, this file here. So this one also works. So you can do it this way. So let's execute the command. If you do it, it's gone. If you ls into VCF, that is gone. Okay, so that is it. Now, if you look at bioinformatics, let's say bioinformatics, we have this. Now, if you have a situation like this where you are removing everything in that directory as well as the directory itself, then that's where the rm-fr comes in. All right, let's clear the screen. Let's do an ls. Let's ls into bioinformatics, and then let's do it. So if I want to remove the directory as well as everything in it, that one is rm-fr, and then I specify it. Of course, you can do just the r also, that also works, but I prefer to do -fr. So we have it like this, and you can hit the enter, and that is gone. Of course, you could also add a -i to just confirm, but I just did it straight away. So now if I do an ls, I will not see the bioinformatics directory again because I did -fr. It was recursive. So everything in that directory as well as the directory itself will be removed or deleted, and it's permanent. All right, so this is how we do it. Okay, so let's do one more cleanup, this time rmdir again, and let's remove this because now it's an empty file. Perfect, so that has been done. Okay, so now if I do an ls, nothing is there. So we downloaded it, all the files, we have also processed them a bit, and we have also removed them. All right, so these are 5 commands that you should know as a beginner, okay, when using Linux for bioinformatics. Now, if you have not watched the first episode, please do that because that will also give you the stats, and then you can also join me in the next episode. So in the next episode, I'll also give you additional 5 commands you can use. So it's something that I'll be doing routinely. I try to limit it to 5 so that beginners can quickly get it, can quickly grasp whatever I'm doing, and you can also practice. So that's what we have. Now, if you want the ebook for these tutorials too, you can just check the description. So I'll try to put some stuff there that you can download. And for those who also want to support me, just check the description. There are links you can use. Or if you also want to support me on Patreon, just check the description box for those links. And so that will be all for this tutorial, and I will see you in the next session.